So the game I'm playing today is called Semblance. This is a 2D puzzle platformer developed by Cop, probably butchering that pronunciation horribly, and published by Good Shepherd Entertainment. It was released around the middle of 2018, and I'm pretty sure I purchased it around that same time, like shortly after it came out, but I'm pretty sure this is another game that I kind of forgot I purchased. So yes, once again, I'm just going through my back catalog of games that I own on Steam and just trying to cover pretty much everything that I haven't covered yet, because honestly, I think I'm pretty much done purchasing games for probably the remainder of the year, just so I can get my freaking Steam library cleaned up, for God's sakes. Now, Semblance doesn't really have that much of a story. The game doesn't really explain anything to you about what's happening within this world, but from what I could make, based on looking at the game's description on Steam, is that you play as a purple nameless blob in this game, and this game takes place in an alternate universe in which the concept of hard surfaces is practically non-existent. So essentially, every single object in this game, from the ground to the walls and the trees, are made out of Play-Doh. However, a collection of bizarre green crystal structures suddenly appeared within this universe one day, and had begun to infect all of the objects around itself, thus turning them hard. Some of these crystals also have the ability to shoot laser beams, which also goes completely unexplained. So your job then is to figure out where these strange crystals came from, and destroy all of them. Why exactly you were chosen for the task specifically is also never explained, because who cares about narrative in games in 2019? Even though this game actually came out in 2018, as I stated 2 minutes ago, but still. I mean, a little bit of exposition would have been nice, but you know what? It's not a big deal. Now, what exactly is the draw of this game in particular? What exactly separates it from other puzzle platformers of its kind? Well, I kind of already just mentioned what separates it from other puzzle platformers. The fact that every surface in this game is soft, and therefore easily deformable. The thing is, a lot of the puzzles in this game require you to deform the terrain around you. You can actually raise platforms by essentially bashing them in with your head, and because they are essentially like Playdough, they'll remain in place until you decide to reset them, because you also have the option to do that as well if you think you might have screwed up. I've already completed the entirety of the first world off-screen, and I think there's only 3 worlds as well. And yeah, this is a pretty neat concept for a puzzle platformer, and it's not one of those things where it's like it has a good idea but it's poorly executed. No, it's a good idea that is almost flawlessly executed. I mean, there's a little gripe, well, not a little gripe, a couple of gripes that I have with it, but it's a pretty solid experience for the most part. It did receive very good reviews. There were actually a lot of mainstream gaming outlets that covered this game when it first came out. Most of them gave this game some very high review scores. The user reviews for this game on Steam are also pretty good as well. Again, not as high as some of the other games I've been covering recently, because this one only has a user score of, I think, 88%. Last time I checked anyway, but that's still a very good score, don't get me wrong. So it's usually a good sign when both the professional critic and audience impressions of the game are pretty good. So with all that being said, let's dive straight into this journey together. We're gonna press the up arrow key to start the game. I don't know why you can't just have like a menu or something. Yeah, the only way you can actually enter the options menu of this game is by watching this, admittedly kind of long cutscene, and then you can mess around with some options. I don't really like that. I would kind of just like a main menu. So there's one gripe I at least have with the game, okay? I very much would have appreciated it if they just added a freaking main menu to the title screen, because there is none. There's just an option to go straight into the game by pressing the up arrow key, and to be honest, I don't really like that all too much. Because I don't believe you can skip this cutscene, actually. I'm almost certain you cannot. I mean, there might be a way. Yeah, I'm also kind of ignoring what's going on the screen. But yeah, as you can see, the crystals, they're invading the world. They're also causing the inhabitants of the world to become crystallized as well, so they're basically getting killed. So you have to go and save them. You have to go and rescue them. There we go, we're just gonna pop out of the ground. I mean, in some ways, we kind of look like a glob of pudding. Yeah, a purple glob of pudding. Admittedly, not one of the weirdest comparisons I've ever made before. Yeah, so you are playing as this little purple blob. This is not actually what the purple blob is gonna look like later on, by the way. We have to go and retrieve his eyes first, but the controls here is that you can use the left and right arrow keys to move left and right. You press the up arrow key to jump, and those are pretty much all of the controls you need to know for now. So what we want to do here is that we want to go and grab this, because it's going to get rid of these little vines right here, so we can actually carry on. But now we have another door here, as you can see, which we cannot open whatsoever. So what we gotta do is that we gotta jump up this away, and we have to go and grab that thing. You can also kind of interact with some of the other creatures here as well, but they don't really do anything, because this guy, as you can see, he just, yeah, he just, like, bounces up and down whenever you get near him, and I think he makes a little noise as well. So we want to jump from this ledge, and we're gonna want to grab this. We got one of our eyes back. So now what we can do is that we can press the space bar while moving either left or right in order to dash. I believe we can also do this while in the air, yeah, up and spacebar in order to dash upwards. There are some enemies we will encounter later on that we can only kill by dashing into them, but some other enemies we can't kill, period, so we just have to avoid them at all costs, but we're probably not going to get introduced to that for maybe a little while longer. We can dash through these doors in order to break them. Oh yes, and you can also dash downwards, I forgot about that too. So, this is what I meant when I said that you can deform the entire terrain here. Now, there's only specific sections of terrain that you can actually deform. You have to pay attention to the shading of the platforms, because you'll notice that all of the platforms that are a deep purple color, those ones you can deform, but the ones that are a light purple color, those ones are soft, you know, like soft enough that they kind of deform when you're moving across them, but you can't actually, like, ground pound into them in order to deform them. But you can do that to this platform right over here. There we go, we can just push it upwards. We can also press the Alt key in order to reset the deformed platforms back to their original position, but we don't have that upgrade right now, so we're just gonna have to ignore that. Also, I do want to show off what happens when you die. You do have infinite lives in this game. Yeah, if you touch the hardness, then your little squishy boy right here will become hard as well. Wow, I did not word that right. No, I mean, what I meant to say is that he'll become a crystal as well. Good God. I'm sorry. What we want to do here is that we want to dash over that. So, move to the right and out of sight. And yeah, just move on. Move on with your life. Good lord. Yeah, here we go. We're gonna get our other eye right here. So we can press the Alt key to actually reset this, but we need to be, like, directly next to the platform in order to, actually reset it, because this is kind of like an area of effect thing, where if you're not close enough, it doesn't actually reset. Good God, man. I am so sorry. I'm sorry, I was not thinking that at all. I was not thinking that through whatsoever. I mean, it sounded good in my head, like, yeah, you know, he touches the crystals and he becomes hard, because he becomes, you know, his body becomes hardened, he becomes a crystal, but, good lord, when it actually came out of my mouth, I was like, nope, that was a mistake. Anyway, moving on from that, I can't even remember what I was talking about previously now, because I'm just an idiot. So you will notice right here, though, that we have these different, trees. Now, these trees will become important for later. I do believe these trees essentially act as the portals to all the different worlds that you can, explore in this game. Like I said, I think there's only 3 worlds in total, but there are 4 trees right here. Not entirely sure what the point of the 4th tree is. I assume that it could be the final boss of the game, if there even is a boss, because I don't think there's any actual bosses that you fight in this game. I mean, the primary enemy here, really, are the crystals that you see right here. Yeah, all these crystals that are just infecting the trees in the background. So you gotta restore order to these trees. We can't go down that way right now. That other passageway that's blocked off by vines. So what we have to do is that we have to enter the trees, and we have to go and retrieve these little life essences right here. I think that's what they're called. This is actually the only room here inside of this tree, so we can actually just leave exactly how we came in. So this is like an enter and exit. There we go. So there's only one to actually collect. And there we go. We got rid of the crystals. We restored life to these little Play-Doh trees right here. So now we can jump down this way, and we can move on to the next area. So we're just going to fall all the way down. And now we are going to actually begin the first world here, but before we do that, we have to actually get to the gigantic tree first. Yeah, so this is a giant tree that we have to restore softness to, essentially. So there are 6 different levels here, but we can also go up this way for a moment, and actually this is also a little bit important for something. Something that I might as well show off right away. So it is also kind of possible to wall jump in this game. You can kind of cling onto walls like this, because you're also very sticky here, as you can see. You can effectively wall jump by just ramming your face into the side of the wall right here. You can stand on these little spaces, or you can stand inside of them. So you can go over this way. This will actually lead to the second world right over here. And as you can see, the color palette also changes too. So, if I'm not mistaken, I believe you can actually complete this game in any order that you prefer. Because I don't believe that it actually forces you to go through any particular world. If you want to know what this thing is, by the way, I believe that this little, like, red laser right here, it doesn't hurt you normally, but I believe if any platforms come into contact with it, it will reset it back to its original position, and if it remains within the laser, you can't actually deform it whatsoever. So yeah, you can actually tackle all of these worlds in any order that you prefer. It doesn't, like, gatekeep you at all. You can go to World 3 if you want, which only has 5 levels, apparently. I've actually never been over here. Yeah, but then you can also go... Actually, can you go up this way? I have no idea. I don't know, you might not be able to. I'm not sure what these like, pink crystals are, though. Yeah, but we're gonna try and beat the first world, though. We're not gonna just skip all the way to World 3. No. I'm not gonna dive straight into the most complicated world, you know, just for the sake of the video. No, we're gonna keep things simple here, okay? We're gonna start off nice and simple. We're gonna go back to the first world and try to complete that, because that was the one that I beat off screen in the first place. But I do like how the palette color changes between each world as well, though. Feels like it gives each world its own, like, individual flavor, if that makes any sense. Right, so we're gonna jump into this tree first, because we're gonna go and complete all the levels in this gigantic tree, World 1. This is the Cuddly World, I believe that's what it's actually called. Again, this is based on some of the achievements that you can also unlock in this game. So, we are going to want to go over to this tree first, because this is the first level. We have 6 life essences, or 6 little orbs that we have to go and retrieve. So this is where we're going to get introduced to the actual puzzles. Yeah, there's not really any point in interacting with all these other little creatures right over here. I mean, they do kind of look like little slimes. They kind of remind me of Slime Rancher in a way. That's actually another game that I've been kind of thinking of revisiting soon, because I have not played Slime Rancher in a long-ass time, man. I gotta revisit that game at some point, maybe in a video. So I think what this basically means is that if you complete all 6 levels and you get all the orbs, then, yeah, the life essence will be restored to the tree, or something along the lines of that. I don't know, there's like these little hieroglyphics that are hidden throughout all of the levels that are kind of giving you these hints as to what's going to happen. You know, if you manage to completely restore life to the entire world, which is not what we're going to end up doing in this video, because we're only going to be playing through the first world. Right, so we're going to want to go and pick that up first, because there is a little, yeah, there's some vines that are blocking us off. So what we can do, yeah, we can just deform this. We can move it up higher. There we go. That's pretty much about as high as we can make it. And that's about as high as it needs to go anyway, so we can just continue on over to here. So we have more of these crystals, and once again, if we touch them, we are going to turn into crystal. We are technically gonna become hard, but not in the way that I described it like 10 minutes ago, so we can also put this back to like its original position by pressing the Alt key. There we go. Because that was blocked off by vines, so that's the first one. Yeah, so these little purple things, those just unlock they bring down the gates, as it were. But these little pink orbs are what you actually want to try and collect. So, I believe what we want to do here is, yes, bring that up there, and also bring this up here as well. There we go. Just bash your head into it in order to push it upwards. But keep in mind, though, that they can only be moved upwards a certain distance. And also, if you do end up dying, the position of the platforms will not get reset. Like, if you did end up deforming a platform and you end up dying to those crystals, the platforms will remain in the position that you last put them in, so they'll actually remain deformed like this. So don't worry about that, and again, you have infinite lives in this game, so you can screw up as many times as you want, and the game will not... It won't penalize you for that. It will penalize you for doing that, though, because that's not smart at all. What I was supposed to actually do here, yeah, push this down and then use the dash ability in order to grab that one. And then if we go over this way, yeah, we have a little enemy right here that we cannot kill, period. So what we have to do is that we have to basically, yeah, go underneath it and then grab this. And then we just have to get the heck out of dodge. There we go. We can just get up here now, and we can go back up this way. Very nice indeed. But there's also little fly enemies that'll just be like, you know, kind of floating around randomly. You can also kill those too. I'm not sure if there's any point to killing them, though, because they don't attack you directly. They just kind of, yeah, they kind of stay in place here. This is one of them right here. I can try killing them just to show you what happens, and yeah, I mean, I don't quite understand the point of it, but you know what? It's fine. I think what I have to do is that I have to just push that to the right. Yeah, these platforms over here, by the way, these platforms are only solid on one side, as you can see. So you can indeed dash through them in order to land on top of them. You know, kind of like the platforms in Super Smash Bros. Even though I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of other games that use these types of platforms too, but it's the only comparison that comes to mind just because I'm so used to seeing them in Smash, but whatever. Get another fly out of there for absolutely no reason. So what we're going to want to do here is that we're going to want to go and grab that other thing over this way. Yeah, so we're going to want to push this to the right. We're going to want to use this as a platform. We can also, like, raise it up just a little bit. Actually, no, we can't do that. Yeah, I should also mention that if you move the platform horizontally once, you actually can't deform it again. I don't quite understand that, honestly, but I don't know, it's a limitation. So maybe preventing you from, like, cheesing the puzzle or something? I'm not really sure. What we can do now, though, is that we can just raise it again in order to grab that final life essence. There we go. And we're pretty much done with this entire level, which means we can just leave, but not without killing this little harmless fly right here. Well, he's not exactly harmless, but we have to murder him anyway because, you know, they're not welcome in our world. They are, in fact, invaders. They're intruders. So we just gotta get them out of here. Gotta send them back to their own realm. That's what we gotta do. There we go. Alright, so we got that tree over and done with. So now what we can do is that we can move this upwards. And we can move on to the second tree right here, which only has 5 orbs. So let's go inside of it and see what exactly we can get done here. There will be some more mechanics that it does introduce us to. I mentioned that there were laser beams at one point, and these are not laser beams right here, but we're going to be getting introduced to them later on. I have no idea why I dashed twice there, because I'm fairly certain I didn't dash at all. Okay, so we have to raise this up first, I think. I'm trying to remember how exactly I beat this. I might as well show this off as well, by the way. I'm just going to die on purpose here. And yeah, as you can see, the terrain doesn't get reset. It remains deformed, so don't worry about that. It doesn't reset any of the progress you made in that regard. So I think what we're going to want to do here is possibly, yeah, just, like, raise this up? Yeah, I mean, that could actually work. Hang on a second. We gotta just, like, push this out of the way completely, because that's not going to be useful to us whatsoever. So, there we go. Push that up like that. Nice. Okay, there we are. So now I think we're gonna want to, like, dash through that, and thankfully we're not gonna have to go back the other way because there is a little platform right here. There we go. Very good indeed. Moving on from that, we can also go down this way. There is actually a little hidden thing right here. Yeah, more hieroglyphics. All of the people of Softland, and there's this lonely little green boy over here who can't interact with them because he's hardened. If he touches them, then they'll die. It's a very sad story indeed. Again, this is probably alluding to something later on in the game. I just don't know what. So, oh yeah, we can also deform this ceiling right here, actually, just to make room for us. So, we can activate this little totem of some kind right here. And I believe there's 3 of them in total that you can find in the first world, but again, I don't know what the point of them is, but again, that probably reveals itself, like the entire point reveals itself maybe later on in the game. I'm not really sure, but we're not gonna dwell too much on those things for now. I believe what we're gonna want to do here is just move this out of the way, first and foremost. I mean, we could also... Actually, no, we can't do that. I have to at least move one of these out of the way. Here we go. That one's not gonna be able to get deformed anyway, so... Put this one up here a little bit. Yeah, there we go. I think that could work. Whoa, hello? Not sure what happened there. Yeah, I should also mention that the physics can be a little bit weird at times. Yeah, especially on these, like, little slopes right here, because look how much this, our little purple boy right here gets, like, distorted when he's, sitting on the slope like that. Yeah, the physics in the game get really weird at that point. Okay, not sure how I grabbed that, but that somehow works. I mean, alternatively, you could have also just, you know, wall jumped up to it, I think. Well, actually, no, because you would have moved it out of the way. Never mind, that wouldn't have worked. I mean, I think the little purple guy's name might actually be Squish, because if I pause the game right here, you'll notice that there is an option down here that says Reset Squish, which will reset your character. But because of the fact that it says Squish, I always assume that Squish was the name of the main character right here, but I don't know that for sure. I'm not sure if the developers have ever confirmed that or not. But I guess just to make things a bit simpler, from now on, we can just refer to him as Squish, which is probably what we will do. So, let's just go and do that for now. Okay, so we gotta also move this over here. Gotta slightly move it over the crystals. Oh yeah, some of these guys are also still, they're also still blinking, which means they are still very much alive. Don't worry though, we're all gonna save you. We're all gonna save you eventually. So, this guy right here, we do have to block him off somehow. I don't remember how exactly we do that, though. I think we could just, well, do that, first and foremost. I don't know if this actually works, though. Yeah, deforming it like that. Yeah, because there's no way to actually grab it like that, so that's not going to work at all. So I am trying to remember how exactly I got through this, because I don't think I remember. Actually, wait a minute. I don't think I'm doing this correctly. I have to push you upwards, so that way I can actually jump over him, like that. There we go. We can do that, and then when he comes back around, we can just jump over him again. There we go. Very nice indeed. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we have to push it upwards this time, not downwards. There we are. We got it anyway. We can continue on. We can carry on, my wayward son. Okay, and then this one right here is a little convoluted. Whoa. What in the world did I just do to this platform? I deformed it in some way. Okay, it actually returned to normal. Okay, I don't quite remember what we're supposed to do here. I think I have to raise this up first. That way I can actually, like, move you outwards. Because I think I want to move you to the right. There we are. Just go up this way. And then, I think... what do I want to do with you again? I think I want to, like... Okay, yeah, well, actually, that is exactly what I want to do, I think. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I can... okay, this actually doesn't give me enough height, so you know what I'll do? I will actually reset this, and reset you, because you can also reset all of these objects individually. Like, not every single one of them gets reset. You can just, reset them one at a time. And then I'll move you to the left. There we go, just push you outwards like that. And then jump again. There we go, that actually gives me enough height. And that's pretty much it for the second level. Very good indeed. Yeah, so we can then just leave. Yeah, when you collect all the orbs, it actually makes, little music notes. It makes music. There we go. So we restored life to that tree. The puzzles are gonna get a little bit more complicated later on, though. Don't worry, this is like a little bit of a slow burn, actually. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. You see that laser right there? Well, that laser is gonna become important in just a moment. I think it actually becomes important in this level, if I'm not mistaken, because I believe this is where we get introduced to lasers. So, lasers will kill you instantly. Okay, yeah, here we are. Yeah, lasers will kill you instantly, but thankfully, because they are on soft platforms, we can actually just rotate them and move them out of the way. Yeah, and then we can just carry on with our lives. Again, that hitbox is a little weird because I feel like that should not have worked. And then I think what you can do here is that you can, well, I mean, one option you have is, yeah, pulling this out, and then, like, doing this. Well, actually, this might still work. You know what? I don't think this is how I solved this before, but I mean, that works. That works beautifully. Oh my god, dude. That's amazing. Okay, fine. I'll take it. I'll take that instead. There's like an additional platform that I have to hop off of. But that's okay. That is perfectly fine with me. That is perfectly okay. There we go. That worked out pretty well, actually. So then we go down this way. And I think we just... what do we want to do here again? Oh, I think we want to push this downwards. Yeah, just to block the laser. And hopefully I'm not going to get killed by the crystals. Okay, no, I didn't. I didn't get killed by them. Yeah, because even touching these tiny little crystals is enough to, you know, make you hard. And as for this, I'm actually going to go back up here. And I think I'm just going to, yeah, block this off entirely. Because I know for a fact that if I try to dash into it, I'm going to dash right into the laser. Which I obviously don't want. And then the last puzzle right over here, I think I just have to, what do I have to do with this again, actually? Like, do this? Like, raise you upwards, but then I think I can actually just block you off with this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that works. But is it still gonna get me killed, though? That's what we gotta try and figure out. Okay, no, it didn't. It's good. We're all good. And that's actually it for the third level. By far the shortest level in the game so far. But now that we've gotten introduced to the lasers, it's gonna get a lot more complicated. So now we're gonna have to deform the platforms in order to just get the lasers out of the way. We have to, reposition them, we have to re-angle them, change their trajectory. Yeah, just kind of like that. That's good. Then we can go down this way. Go to the left over here, and there is another level that we can enter. So let's enter it, because why the heck not? I am trying to beat this world like 100%, because I want to. So now we move over this way. The first puzzle we get introduced here... Okay, I think this actually introduces us to the concept of wall jumping. So yeah, it formally introduces us to that concept. So yeah, just jump from wall to wall. That's about it. There you go. You just open up that gateway. So this is also a little thing where you have to, like... I don't even know what you would call this, like backwards wall jumping? Yeah, you're like doing it in reverse, because you actually have to go down, and then you need to go back up. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of weird, but I at least got it. Oh god, wait. No, I don't have it. I don't have it yet. Hang on a second. There we go. Deform a little part of it right there. Yeah, so that is only the first one. This right here is the second one. Again, there's another little fly over there, but ignore him for now, because he ain't important for anything. I'm just gonna do this. Oh no, wait a minute. Wait a second. Okay, time to abuse weird physics again. There we go. Let's do that. Very nice indeed. Go and grab that. And then we're gonna abuse weird physics for a second time. If we possibly can. Okay. Whoa, hello? Is the game, like, freezing right now? Actually, do I even need to do that? No. I could have just used a small ledge instead. Okay, well, that was pointless. Waste my time with that. So then over this way, I believe what we can potentially do is we have to go on top of this wall. We have to, like, really push this outwards, I think. Actually, I think we have to, like really push all of this outwards. Let me try this for a minute. There we go. Kind of like that. And then I think we can go up this away. And then we can... Yeah, we can just dash into that, and then dash again, just to break that wide open. We get that essence, that little life orb. We go down this way. And I do believe, yeah, we have more hieroglyphics. Got a little bunny person of some kind. Again, they look so much like Slime Rancher characters. At least the little bunny characters do. They're just like little heads. There's not actually anything for us to see over there. Okay, so this puzzle right here kind of confused me at first. So when I first came across this puzzle, wasn't really sure what I was supposed to do, because I kind of knew that I had to get this out of the way first. But then you have to, like, get this little laser out of the way just for a moment to kind of, like, yeah, just make some indentations into this wall right over here, right? And then I think you also do the same thing with this wall, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, you know what? This would probably work better if I push them outwards. Actually, that might be what I am supposed to do. Try pushing them outwards. Not like that, but I mean, that could work. I don't know. Hang on. This could work. This may work. Who knows? Yeah, I'm trying to remember how exactly I got through this. So I think push you, like, all the way out. I believe so. And then I think what I can do is reset you, because then I think I have to, like, wall jump on you somehow. Yeah, I have to use this wall to wall jump. And then I believe... Well, actually, hang on a second, because I also forgot that, yeah, I can push this downwards as well. I think this is the only way I'm going to be able to actually, like, yeah, push you down all the way. So, go up... Or sorry, go back up here. There we go. And now push you down. Like that. See? So now that way, we somehow can't move. Okay, push it down even further then. And then I think we can make little indents on this, if I'm not mistaken. Or wait, can we? Can we? Hang on. Okay, well, at least I didn't reset the actual little rectangle right here, because I think what we can do now is that deform this. Yeah, see, and then we can use that as our jumping wall, if that makes any sense. Yeah, we're gonna have to use this right wall. We're gonna have to use the rightmost wall in order to do that, and then we can just reset everything, like to just get this out of the way. Yeah, and then we can just leave. Yeah, we have to push that giant rectangle platform down all the way, and thankfully there is terrain on the bottom of us, which allows us to push it down further than it normally would. So then what we can do right here is that we can just, like, yeah, move this out of the way. Yeah, this is by far, like, the easiest puzzle right here, because look how simple that is. Simple stuff. And yet you have this, like, somewhat complicated puzzle right over here. Again, I kind of feel like this is one of those instances where the difficulty might not exactly be, balanced, necessarily, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It's okay. So then you have this guy right over here. Oh, good God. Yeah, or these two guys, because both of them are lifting these gigantic-ass crystals. So, again, this is a thing where you actually do need to... Yeah, I think you just need to wall jump again, actually, if I'm not mistaken, just to try and avoid them. We can actually wall jump again. Or, you know, we can just not jump. That's also an option, but that doesn't really get us anywhere. Okay, well, yeah, but see, thankfully it doesn't reset, so we just go back up here. What I was trying to do was trying to get into this little corner, and then jump again. Why am I not jumping all of a sudden? Wait, what in the world is going on? My inputs appear to be getting dropped. Okay, what in God's name is happening right now? Squish, please. I don't have all day for this. I just get the thing for me, please. Thank you very much. Okay, there we go. That could have gone maybe a little bit more smoothly, but whatever. It's fine. It is fine. It's all hunky-dory. We got everything, so it's alright. Yeah, all the separate puzzles essentially act as checkpoints in this game. When you end up dying, you'll go back to the last puzzle that you were, that you completed, or the last puzzle that you were able to reach, so that's okay. We're done with that at least. So now I think we go to the right in order to get to the next level? I think. Yeah, there is a level over here. That's the one we just beat. And I think, well, let me just make sure about this. Okay, yeah, there is actually another level over here, so let's go in this one first. This is the penultimate level of the first world. And like I said, we're only going to be playing through the first world, so we're actually almost done with this video. So, got more lasers. So what we do here is that we literally just block it. Yep, push that outwards. We can go and grab this. Simple stuff. This is not as simple, though. Because now, as you can see, we have lasers that are actually colliding with one another. And they're canceling each other out as a result. So, I think what we do is... I mean, we can do something along the lines of that, but I don't think that's going to help us out at all. That might, though. We can try it out. Huh, okay, yeah, that actually does help us out, okay. Yeah, so you're gonna have to make lasers collide with other lasers in some of these puzzles. So, I think I'm actually gonna go and solve this one first, because I actually know how to solve this one. So what you want to do here is... I think you actually want to move this to the left, if I'm not mistaken. Because that way, what you'll be able to do is actually block that laser off, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like that. And then I think if you're careful, you can just... Yeah, you can reset the platform itself, and then just, move it out of the way, I think? Wait, that... I'm thinking about this all wrong. Hang on a second. No, because then, what would be the point? Yeah, I have to go and, like, just move it once, I think. Just move it once. There we are. And then just get back up here, and then... Oh, man. This doesn't actually look good. Well, it might actually look good, because then... Oh, I can use this as a... Yeah, I can use that as a stepping stone. Right. Okay, sorry, I was overthinking that a little bit. That's actually the 5th orb, apparently. Yeah, the 5th puzzle that we were supposed to solve. But again, you don't need to solve any of these puzzles in order. Again, it's a very open-ended game. You can actually just go past all of the puzzles right here. Just solve the ones that you think are the easiest to solve, and you know what? I feel like this one is actually a lot easier to solve than the one that I just went past, so I'm gonna go complete this one first. So what we want to do is that we want to wall jump up here, And we're gonna want to not land on that, apparently, because... No, we do want to land on this platform right here, because we're gonna want to reset this, and then we're gonna want to push this downwards so that we can unlock that right there, get rid of those viands, because what we can do then is reset this again, push this... Oh, or no, don't push it upwards. We actually push that laser down. We can also try pushing this laser down, too. No, that's a little sketchy. Hang on a second. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. There we go. There, not as sketchy anymore. And we just go and grab that. That's actually the fourth one we were supposed to get. And I'm assuming this one is actually the third one we were supposed to solve. So, again, this one you just have to get some lasers out of the way. Others you have to, like, yeah, push back into one another. This one also kind of confused me, admittedly, but I'm gonna try and see. Gonna try and see if we can solve this. Okay, well, we're not gonna solve it by pushing it directly into the laser, or directly into the orb, I mean. Okay, I don't know what this is right here. What in God's name is this monstrosity? I made a triangle. Okay, well, that looks cool, admittedly, but that's not... What in God's name? What in the world did I just do? Okay, hang on. I goofed. I goofed a thing. I'm pretty sure I don't want this particular laser right here to be like going up or down. Like, I want it to go directly upwards, right? So that way it doesn't like block me off at all. I think that's what I want to do. See, kind of along the lines of that, but then like reset this for a minute. And then like no, that's not how that works. Okay, see, that might be just far enough out of the way to actually possibly work. But then the only issue here... Oh no. The only issue here is that I need to just move this laser out of the way entirely. Oh wait, there we are. I kinda did. Okay, well then in that case, we can just... Oh wait. No, that's... Again, because that blocks me off though, so I have to like push it all the way upwards, I think. Like, that? Okay, how did it get, like, reset completely when I did that? I don't know, that may look stupid enough to actually work. Hang on a second. Oh my god, it actually works. Okay, well, in that case, let's just move on. Let's just move the frick on, then. I think we need to go down this way in order to get to the last puzzle. Yeah, I think we were supposed to complete the puzzles on top first, but who cares about that? Who cares about doing things in order? Even though I'm pretty sure I keep mentioning in all of my... Or I kept mentioning in all my older videos that I love doing things in order because I'm OCD. So what we want to do first here is... Probably not what I'm doing right here, but I mean it... Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm actually causing the laser to move around when I do that. When I jump on that platform. Hang on. I actually want you to just get out of the way entirely, I think. Yeah. I want you guys to get out of the way completely, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe not. Hang on. Can I twist you enough in order for that to work? I don't know, but, like, do this. Okay, yeah, and then we can go back. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And then we're gonna reset you guys again. Because now what I want to do is... See if maybe I can do something along the lines of this. Like, raise this up? Okay, yeah. There we go. To block you off, and we don't have to do anything with the other laser. It's fine. There we go. We just have to block one of them off, and we can just move on with our day. And that's about it. There we go. We got all of them. Very nice indeed. There's their congratulation party right there. There we go. Coming in to congratulate me on a job well done. Very nice indeed. Alright, so now it's finally time for the last level of the game right here. Or, not the last level of the game, the last level of the Cuddly World. So, we only have 4 of them to collect in this level in particular. But the puzzles here... Actually, the puzzles here are not that complicated, but it does introduce us to another new mechanic right here. So, you see this little field of particles right here. So, if we enter this little field, we actually won't be able to dash, and we won't be able to reset the platforms that we have deformed. So what exactly do we do in order to combat that? Well, we need to use these platforms, because they pretty much cancel the effect out. And then, when we're outside of the effect... Yeah, then we can go and dash, and we can also reset things. Yeah, so I'm pressing the Alt key, doesn't work, but when I'm outside, I can reset it. So, that's all fine and good. So now on to the actual first puzzle right here. So what we gotta do is that we basically have to, you know, push these outwards from, yeah, from that side. And I think, okay, yeah, I was actually able to land on top of that. Okay, but the only problem here, though, is that because I can't dash, I think I'll have to bring the other ones out as well. Yeah, that's the only way that's gonna even work. So, that's fine. We can jump on that, jump on... Oh, God. Jump on... Please and thank you. Good lord. Okay. Abuse weird physics. Excuse me, abuse weird physics. How am I standing on the side like that? Oh, God. I might have screwed this up. Okay, don't go as crazy with it this time. I don't think I needed to push all the... I don't think I needed to push these out all the way. Okay, I'm getting tilted. There we go. Okay, that actually worked. I didn't even need to use the other jump. I still managed to collect it somehow. Okay, that's nice indeed. I'm not gonna reset that. Who cares? Then what we can do is that we can then jump up here. And while we're outside of the force field, I think... Okay, actually, no. What we're gonna want to do here is that we're gonna want to push this outwards, actually. Yeah, we're gonna want to push that outwards. We're gonna want to push, like, the topmost part outwards, if I'm not mistaken. This is what we're gonna want to do. Good God, man, this game is a nightmare to play with a keyboard. Yeah, if you are planning on playing this game, please try playing this with a gamepad, because playing this with a keyboard is just... It's just so freaking awkward. And actually, I don't think we'll be able... Yeah, actually, well, we won't be able to dash. We don't need to dash either. There we go. We opened it up. There, just grab it. Okay, well, let's move on to this puzzle then. Right, so we basically have to do the same thing, except this time we have crystals that can kill us. That might not be a problem, though, because we just have to push out the parts that don't have crystals on them, and I think we'll be hunky-dory, pretty much. Only issue with this is that we will have to, like, jump to the other side. So we have to, like, do something like that, I think? Oh, God. And then do... Hang on a second. I'm gonna use the other wall over here to just aid me with this. You get out of here, please. Here we go. I'm gonna use that other wall so I can actually, like, try and push this outwards. That still somehow didn't work. There we go. There we go. Like that. Kind of something like that. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's try it. Oh, crap. Oh, Christ. Oh, please. Okay, there we go. Kind of like that. There we go. No pressure. Easy. Child's play. I knew exactly what I was doing. And then we finally have this level. This is the last level, well, this is the last puzzle that we're actually going to try and solve here. So, force field on top, which doesn't allow us to do anything. But there's no force field on the bottom right here. So what we would like to try and do is push this thing out of the way first, because we want to go and unlock that laser beam right there. There we go. So it blocks that off. And then we're going to want to reset this by just going outside the force field. And now I really do not remember what exactly we're supposed to do. We have to try and get to that orb all the way on top. Now, there is another wall that we could use over here to help us, but I don't believe that wall is actually necessary for anything. Like, I don't think it's necessary to solve the puzzle. You can do this, and actually, if I do end up resetting this, it does have a bit of a weird effect. Like, if I end up lifting this part up right here... Well, actually, hang on a second. I'm not doing this correctly at all. What I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to, like, push this over here, and then when I raise this part of the platform up, yeah, I can raise it a little bit further up now, right? Well, if I then reset that other platform, yeah, as you can see, it just phases right through it, and then I can actually move that upwards very slightly. And then I can reset this, and then I think I can... rotate this, or well, I thought I was able to. Apparently the force field still exists even in the little space above this platform. Okay, so it actually just came back to me. So you can move the bottom platform to the right as well. It is what you're gonna want to do. You see all this nice open space right here where you have no force field whatsoever? Well, then you can dash upwards, and you can, I mean, you can do that, but what you would like to do, yes, you would like to rotate the laser that way. I forgot what that is for a moment. Yes, you want to rotate the laser into the wall like that. So then the laser is gonna deflect the rightmost laser over here. Yeah, then you use the wall and in order to, well, geez, what am I trying to say here? You want a wall jump, okay? I forgot. There is actually a use for this particular wall right here. You wall jump after you deflect the laser, the leftmost laser, into that wall, and I almost killed myself. Good God. Okay, I just need to get out of here. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. There we are. Okay. Yeah. That puzzle looks very complicated at first, but just remember that you can still dash when you're outside the force field. Yeah, like, even when you're, like, immediately outside it, you can still dash. So just move that bottom platform to the right, then deform the topmost platform, make sure that the leftmost laser is going into the wall, then use the rightmost wall, just wall jump on that, and then you're home free, pretty much. I'm pretty sure there were a bunch of shrines that I ended up going past, because as you can see, there's only one that's actually lit up over here. There might have been a couple of things that I went past, I don't know. Maybe I'll try to go back later on and try and find out what exactly I missed, because it does seem like there's still some stuff that I missed. Those other two shrines I'll have to go back for, but I think for now, guys, I do believe this is where I am going to end the video off. I don't think I'm going to bother talking about Worlds 2 or 3 because I'm not really that interested, and I already showed you guys one of the mechanics that you're going to get introduced to in the second world, those red lights, or those red lasers, and those ones don't actually kill you, but they do prevent you from being able to change the terrain. Like if it's being projected towards soft terrain, then you won't be able to deform that, so you're going to have to get that red light out of the way first. Also, I think if you manage to get the red light out of the way, but the soft terrain still ends up moving into the red light, I think it resets the terrain completely. So that can get a little bit irritating at times, but I'm not going to bother showing that off for now, because I don't have the time, pretty much. I mean, that's the main issue with doing all these videos nowadays, I just don't have the time. But that was a almost 100% full playthrough of World 1. I think there were still a couple more totems that I went past, because you might have noticed that there were actually 3 on top of the tree that we enter. I'm not going to be going back for those right now though, so yeah, that's Semblance. It's a pretty nifty little game, a unique twist on the whole puzzle platforming formula. A platforming game in which the platforms have a much bigger use than just saving your life. A puzzle platformer that is not only very open-ended, I mean, you can go all the way to the final world first if that's what you want to do. You can complete it in any order you want. You're not even required to beat any of the puzzles in any specific order, just start with the ones that you think are the easiest and just, you know, go from there. But also, it's a game that really allows you to do so much with so little. You know, you don't have any real platforms to actually be able to make it to most of these little life orbs that you have to collect, but that's not a problem. Since all the platforms pretty much have the consistency of Play-Doh, just deform them. You know, just mold them into the shape that you actually want, because you can do that. There is no such thing as a hard surface in this game. All the platforms in this game are soft enough that they can be deformed to your liking, for the most part. Still a little bit confused as to why you can't still deform the platforms once you've moved them either vertically or horizontally. I don't quite understand that. Again, it's probably like a cheese prevention method, but it's still kinda strange. Also, I don't understand why they couldn't have just added a main menu to the title screen. I don't understand why you have to begin the game first and sit through what is admittedly an unbearably long cutscene before you can actually change any options. I don't quite understand that design choice. By the way, I also have to note as well that there's actually only one save file that you can have in this game. This is also another little gripe that I have. So you see this option right here that says New Game. So that obviously will allow you to begin a new save file. The only problem is that it basically forces you to erase your old one. Because the thing is, this game only has one save file. Like, you can only create one save file. You can't actually switch between multiple save files like you can in other games that I've played, like other puzzle platformers that I've covered on the channel before. So if you want to start the game over from scratch, you have to delete your current save file. You don't have a choice. So I find that very confusing, especially since other indie puzzle platformers I've covered on the channel had multiple save slots. Like, I mean, Braid, for instance. Braid allows you to switch between multiple save slots, and that game came out back in 2008. I don't know, it just seems oddly retrograde that you're only allowed one save file per game. It doesn't really make a lot of sense here. But other than that, this is a pretty fun game. It does have its flaws, like, for instance, only one save file. Also, the fact that the opening cutscene is not skippable. Also, the fact that the physics on the platforms can be a little bit wonky at times, especially when they are deformed, because slopes don't seem to work the way they're supposed to. I don't know, they seem to be a little bit glitchy. But those are all nitpicks at best. It's still a pretty neat little game, and again, the indie studio that developed this game, Cop, this is actually their first commercial release, and it's a pretty solid first release. Echoing the same sentiments that I had about Nog, it's a very good debut for a small indie studio, and I'm pretty excited to see what they're going to be working on next, if they ever will make another game. But for now, guys, if you want to purchase this game, there's a bunch of links in the description if you want to purchase it on console or PC, because I think there is a Switch version of this too. Not 100% sure, I'll have to go and confirm it, but I'm pretty sure this was also released on the Switch. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, one last gripe that I have with this game. Playing this with a keyboard is not great. Play this game with a gamepad if you have the chance, because playing this with a keyboard is just, it's not ideal, let's just say that. I feel like you could probably get a lot more precision out of your movements by using a joystick or an analog stick. But yeah, some links in the description if you want to buy the game on your preferred platform. It's only $10 as well. Anyway, thank you guys for watching as always. I'll see you in the next video I make. Later!